So let me ask you, when it comes to doing a project like this, or really any type of actual construction on your home, what's the biggest thing you look for in a company?
Mainly reliability, reviews, and just overall just concept of the company, just making sure that they respect my lawn because they take very good care of my lawn and just overall morals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because that's the biggest thing, right? Your home typically is going to be your largest investment. The wrong company, the wrong products, well, they can hurt that investment. And here's the thing. Did you know that you don't have to be licensed or certified to even be a roofer in Georgia?
I did not.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. It's crazy, right? So just to tell you a little bit about us, so we were founded by Brad Strawbridge, and Brad spent over a decade inside of home improvements. He was a operations manager at Lowe's, and then he was an operations manager for one of the largest commercial roofing companies in Georgia. And one of the things Brad saw was just the amount of dishonesty in the residential roofing market. Because again, you have a lot of these companies, they're not certified, they're not licensed, and they're out there just having a heyday. So his vision was to create a company that actually worked on ethics, integrity, honesty, and be able to do something good for a homeowner. Accreditation, so we're A+ through the BBB. We are Select Shingle certified through CertainTeed. We are members of the National Roofing Contractors Association, where we've actually been given the MVP award just based off of outstanding workmanship. We're GAF certified, so we have to do everything the correct way in order for our customers to get all the benefits that they're going to get out of those types of companies. 7 signs that you need a new roof. I will tell you, Mason, and I'm just going to read through these real quick because you have a lot of them going on in your home. So, blistering or peeling of the outside paint. Possible cause, excessive moisture, high humidity due to the poor attic and ventilation. Kind of like what I showed you earlier. Your attic's really, really hot. It's not venting properly. So a lot of that painting that you're seeing around the rake up on the ridges, that's what's causing that. Stains on the interior ceiling walls or mold and mildew growth. Possible causes, inadequate or faulty leakage, inadequate ventilation. Again, there's that word. How many times have I mentioned having that attic properly ventilated? Missing, cracked, or curling shingles. Causes, they've reached the end of their usual lifespan, and a lot of times it comes back to just overheating in the attic. Excessive energy cost. Possible cause, insufficient attic ventilation causes heating and cooling systems to run excessively. That's one of the things I was saying too. Your air conditioning system is up there. So if your attic's not properly ventilated, it's not performing the way that it should, nothing else in your house is going to perform the correct way either. Dark, dirty looking areas on your roof. Possible causes, loss of granule loss due to shingles or algae stains. And again, when you have heat up there coming out there, it causes you to lose those granules at a much more rapid pace. You're getting algae growth. These are all signs of the underlying conditions of your roof. Leaking in the attic, driving rain. Possible causes, degraded or inadequate shingle underlayment, deterioration of flashing. And then roofing, shingles, sheathing, and or siding decay. Possible cause, poor attic ventilation. So a lot of this, again, comes back to the underlying problems, right? It's not just the shingles themselves, but it's everything that's going on underneath it. And that's why I tell people all the time, you never want to use an unlicensed or uncertified roofer. These are pictures of jobs that we see like this on a daily basis, installed incorrectly, not done right. This roof right here is literally 5 years old. And if you look at it, there's no underlayment. This was done by the builder, and the roof is failing. So again, when it comes to doing a project like this, you want to make sure that you're getting the right type of people in here, because when it comes down to it, do you even know where your shingles are coming from?
No.
And here's what's crazy. You literally can go to Facebook Marketplace right now and look for shingles, and you're going to see people selling them by the bundles. So a lot of your companies that aren't certified, aren't licensed, they're not accountable to anybody. They come in, they talk a great game, but then at the end of the day, what they promise to put on your roof is not what they actually put up there. And let me ask you, are you going up behind them to check?
No.
Yeah, most people aren't. At the same time, if you did go up there behind them to check, would you even know what you're looking at? most people wouldn't. What protects you from things like that with us is because we are certified through the manufacturers that we use. If we were to try and pull something like that, and at any point in time you had to have one of those manufacturers come out and do an inspection, and they saw that we did something like that, one, we would lose our credibility. We would no longer be able to sell their shingles, and they would pay to fix the mistakes that we did. So it's just not in our better interest. And that's the thing too, because when it comes to choosing a company, you know, when you get to looking around, who do you even know how to call? Who do you even know to call?
Probably Google or referral.
Yeah, just take a dart and kind of throw it. I gotta pick 3. You ever heard of the Yellow Pages?
I have.
You know, back in the day, that's all we had. Kind of let your fingers do the walking. And that's because the only information we even had available to us was just a company name, an address, and a phone number. You literally had to call out 5 or 6 different companies just to find out what was even out there. Today, we all have Google. You literally can get more information off of Google than you ever could before. I mean, think about it. If you guys were to go out and eat at a brand new restaurant, what's the first thing you do?
Look at the reviews.
Absolutely. So same thing with roofing companies. In fact, today, you know, Consumer Reports has even come out and said that people just don't have time to sit through 3, 4, 5 of these presentations anymore. That when it really boils down to it, people are looking for 3 things. They want a product that they love, an installation and a warranty that they love, at a price they can afford. When it comes to doing this project, are you really any different than anybody else? No, and I'll tell you the crazy statistic, 60% of the time, I'm the first one in and I'm the last one out. And it's because we do exactly that. We give people a product that they love, an installation and a warranty that they love, at a price they can afford. And let me ask you, have you ever heard of the cost versus value report?
I've heard of it. I haven't done much research on it.
Okay. So I will tell you, you know, this is actually a really good piece of information to have as a homeowner. Every year, the Journal of Light Construction puts out what's called a cost versus value report. And they look at everything. They look at roofs, doors, windows, siding, kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels. They get with Consumer Reports, the Association of Realtors. They literally reach out to over 50,000 different contractors across 50 of the largest metropolitan cities, and they collect 1.2 million estimates just to find out what things cost. So in this example, they found that the average cost of a roof in Atlanta is $25,807, and they're basing that off of 30 squares, which is very similar to what you have on your roof now. So they say the average cost is $25,807. Now here's the thing. You call out 10 companies, right? And all of them are going to be hitting all over that number, but it's where it's going to average out. But what do you think of when you hear the word average?
Middle of the road.
Yeah, it's just kind of middle of the road. Because anything you buy is going to come with a quality, a warranty, and a service. So Mason, you figure average cost, average quality, average warranty, average service. Also, the fun thing about averages, there's always 50% above and 50% below. I will be the first one to tell you, you can absolutely find someone to do this job for $12,300. But what do you think would happen to the quality, the warranty, and the service?
There really wouldn't be, it'd go down a lot.
Yeah, it's going to go down. I mean, this basically, we'd go to Home Depot, pull the product off the shelf, see if the guys in the parking lot will install it for you, and it is what it is. At the same token though, the same exact job could absolutely go for as much as $38,700. Now Mason, if you paid $38,000 for this roof, then what would you expect out of the quality of the warranty and service?
To hit on goal.
You would demand it, right? And therein lies the problem, because everybody always wants the top quality product with the best warranty and the best service, but nobody ever wants to pay more than an average price. If you could get the top quality product with the best warranty and the best service at just below an average price, what would you call that?
One great deal.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, our commitment to you is that we take care of what matters most, and that's everything under your roof. One of the biggest things that we believe is that you shouldn't have to pay a premium to get the best products that are out there. So I'm going to go over everything that we do. So obviously, when we come out, the first thing that we are going to do, this is not my bag. The first thing that we're going to do is we're gonna take the roof off. Now, I wanna paint a picture for you here, Mason, because they don't make an elevator that goes up and brings your shingles down real nice and neat. That stuff is gonna be coming off of the roof, straight down at a very rapid pace. So anything that you have around the house, breakables, you know, your wife's $700 garden gnome that she's very proud of, you might want to make sure that those are brought inside so they don't get damaged, because we try and be as careful as we can. We're going to put tarps down to clean everything up. We're going to protect the shrubs, but anything that you know is breakable, please go ahead and have it removed for us. We try and be as careful as we can, but at the end of the day, your stuff is not our stuff, okay? You understand? So once we get everything off of there, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go through and put ice and water in all of the valleys. So when you think about your roof and the way it's constructed, the valleys of the home is what gets the vast amount of water pouring through them. This is where in the winter water's going to freeze. It's where you can get leaks and things like that. So in the areas where we know the most amount of water is going to travel, we want to protect those areas. And what we're going to do is put down an actual waterproof barrier. Go ahead and feel that. You feel the quality of that? So what's crazy about that is I can actually put a nail right through that. I could put it over a glass of water, pour it upside down, and it will not leak through it. So that's what we're going to put in all of your high areas, your valleys, things like that. Once we've gotten that in place, then we're going to come back and we're going to put down a synthetic underlayment across the rest of the roof. Now, most companies, you know, they just use thin felt paper. You literally can go get it from Home Depot. You can take it, you can rip it. Try and tear that. Yeah. Damn it. So once we get this down though, at this point the roof is literally dried in. Even if it started to rain on us, all we would have to do is cover up the ridge vent and it's not going to get wet. We won't have a problem. Once we've got that down, we're going to put starter strips across the whole rest of the roof. So a lot of companies, you know, what they do is they just take regular 3-tab, turn them around and put them down there, and that's just not sufficient for what we're trying to do. So this is what a starter shingle looks like. And I want you to notice that little line of adhesive right there. So this is going to adhere to this. And it's going to go down just like that, right over the edge of the roof. So this is going to go along all of the eaves, and this is what's really going to start giving you that windproof, that wind rating that's going to protect you against high winds. Now, certification recommendations is that we just have to put it around the eave of the home. But the way we look at it, if it's good for the eave, we're going to go ahead and run it up the rake, because wind doesn't just blow from underneath, it also blows from the side. Again, a lot of times, you know, you hear about people building things to code. You ever hear that term? Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means to build something to code?
Just bottom the line, just what it needs to pass the inspection.
Yeah, it is the bare minimum to which you have to build something in order for it to pass inspection. So we don't do anything to code, we always go above. So if we're gonna put it on the eaves, we're also gonna run it up the rakes. That way we're giving you true wind protection on your roof the whole way around. So once we get our starter shingles gone around the perimeter of the roof, we're then gonna put the shingles on. Now, you'll notice that little line of adhesive right there. On the shingle, these are literally designed to go together. You'll notice that it's adhered here and it's adhered here. So that when that goes down, that becomes one, it becomes solid. This is our striking zone for the nails, so it's gonna be pop, 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 pop. So once this goes down, now it's completely sealed. This is what's going to give you that 115 mile an hour to 130 mile an hour wind protection that's going to protect you in the future. And just short of a tornado coming through and ripping your roof off, you're at this point you're protected. Once we get the shingles installed, we're going to install the ridge vents. This is what's going to give your attic that proper ventilation that it needs, because what happens right now is you have airflow coming into the attic, but it doesn't have anywhere to escape. So we've got to give it that exhaust so that now you have proper airflow coming through the attic, which is what's going to keep it at a normal humidity level, a normal temperature. It's not going to burn through the roof and cause a 50-year roof to go bad in 10 years. We then, when we install a ridge vent, just to give you an idea, so this is a ridge vent, and it's going to go across the top just like that. Now, a lot of companies will, they'll take shortcuts at this point. They'll take another 3-tab roof and they'll put it across the top here. We don't do that. We're going to actually put on a shingle that is designed for the ridge. And again, you can see the adhesive. It's going to go down just like that. The next one goes on top of it. It matches the roof. It gives it a real nice look. And then at that point, your roof is installed, it's properly vented, everything looks really good. So when it comes down to selecting the right shingle for your project, like I said, we offer a good, better, best solution. And I'm going to give you a comparison just so that you have a true understanding of what it is we're talking about putting on your roof. So our good option is going to be our Tamco Titan XT. So it's an architectural shingle, so it's still a step up from what you already have up there. It comes in a lot of different colors, okay? This is going to be our good option. This is typically going to be the most affordable, all right? With the Titan XT, it's a 40-year shingle. Non-prorated periods, when you look at this, with the Titan, it's non-prorated for 10 years. And then after 10 years, it starts to devalue as you go through the life of the shingle. Algae warranty terms, so it is rated for algae protection for up to 10 years. And that again is that staining and streaking that you're seeing coming down the roof. This is guaranteed not to do that for a period of 10 years. Wind term warranty, so this is it's warranted against wind for 15 years with winds up to 110 miles an hour, which again, that's pretty good because outside of having a tornado come through, you're covered. Tear off, they don't cover, but we got you on that. Disposal, not covered, again, we got you on that. Workmanship, Tamco does not cover our workmanship, but we as a company give you our own 5-year workmanship warranty on any job that we ever do. Transferable warranty, the warranty for this shingle is transferable one time within the first 5 years. So again, Tamco Titan XT, this is our good option, still architectural shingle, and it is a good shingle. So our better option is going to be our GAF Timberline HDZ. Now GAF is a more recognizable shingle. It's one that a lot more people have heard of. You can get them at Home Depot as well. So when it comes to the GAF, it's a 50-year shingle. So if we compare it, Tamco 40, GAF 50. Non-prorated period, Tamco 10 years, GAF lifetime. So it's got a lifetime warranty. It doesn't, as it goes through its age, it doesn't prorate. Algae warranty, Tamco 10 years, GAF 25 years. So they're saying for 25 years, you're protected against seeing that algae growth, the streaking and stains on your roof. They do cover the tear off, they do cover the disposal, and then they give you a 10-year workmanship warranty on our work. So we give you 5 years on our own, but then you're also protected by the manufacturer for 10 years based off of our work. It is a transferable warranty. You can transfer it one time as long as you want, and it's a full lifetime warranty that transfers with it. So this is going to be our better option, okay? Then we have our best option. And this is going to be our CertainTeed Landmark Pro. Now, I will tell you just one of the things I personally like about CertainTeed is, you always hear support local companies, right? Well, we're a local company. What people don't know is CertainTeed's actually out of Peachtree City. So Home of CertainTeed is actually supporting a local Georgia business. But when we compare it, so they're very similar to GAF in their warranties in the sense that it's a 50-year shingle. Non-prorated period, 10-year, lifetime, CertainTeed lifetime. The algae warranty, Tamco 10-year, GAF 25 years. CertainTeed gives you a 30-year warranty on the algae, just making sure you don't get the streaks and the stains. Wind term warranty, again, Tamco 15 years, 110 miles an hour. GAF and CertainTeed are both 15 years at 130 miles per hour. The tear off is covered, the disposal is covered, and the workmanship warranty, again, Tamco's not covered, we give you 5 years. GAF gives you 10 years, CertainTeed gives you 25 years on our workmanship. So because we are certified through them, they back up our work for 25 years, and then it's a fully transferable warranty, so it absolutely does transfer once in the lifetime of the home, fully transferable. So those are the 3 options that when it comes to doing a shingle like this that we offer. Now let me ask you a question. Can you agree that this is a project you're gonna get done, if not now, sometime in the near future?
Yes.
Great. You know, since it's not a matter of if you're gonna do it, but when, if I can show you a way to save a lot of money, possibly work out a price or payment that fits into your budget, is there any reason other than the price or payment you wouldn't consider